Every single month that you go without a property manager, as a landlord in Kampala, you are gambling. Simply because property managers have this unique set of skills that they bring into the management and operation of your property that you as a landlord may not have. So for example, a lot of landlords fall into the trap of not wanting to get a property manager simply because of the expense of having to pay someone to do that for them. But then at the end of it all, they are losing out more simply because they don't have that system in place to be able to, for example, enforce the lease or collect rents on time or work on all these repairs that the property has gathered all through the year. So I call it gambling simply because you don't have that system. You don't know what to do when X happens, when Y happens, and that is what is going to make a difference between your property being profitable and then your property losing you money because you are constantly coming out of pocket to cover these expenses that could have easily been avoided. So things like having no lease enforcement. We meet a lot of landlords that we talk with and they don't even have a lease in place. All their clients are just word of mouth leases, but they don't have that physical document. Another thing could be that they're not actually following the lease. They are not strict on rent payments. They are not strict on notices. Small things like that are going to either improve or damage your landlording experience. And trust me, you would rather have them in place and then have this one lease that is going to manage the relationship between you and your tenant in a way that is not intruding to the client, but is also not stressing to you as a landlord. Another one is on tenant screening, and this one is a big one. A lot of landlords want to have tenants come in and start earning that rent immediately and don't want to go through the hassle of actually doing a background check and checking which kind of person am I actually renting to. Is this the right person to have in my community, or what kind of community do I already have, and will this person fit in well? This is a more detailed example of what a tenant mix is. But that is another example of an element that is in the property management system that a lot of landlords don't incorporate into their daily operations. Another one is not having a maintenance plan. So we all know that every once in a year, maybe you need to check the sewage system. Every once in a year, National Water needs to come and service their meters. All those are part of your maintenance plan. And when you don't have the system in place, then you're not going to be doing these small things that are going to help to increase the lifespan of your property so that you don't have to do as many repairs over the time that you are holding that property for. So that is why I say that landlording shouldn't be like gambling. You're just leaving it up to chance. You should have a system that is going to be that is going to help you, in other words, to run your property and make it more profitable for you in the long run. So every month you go without a PM, you're actually risking losses, you're risking your income, you're risking your property as a whole. And if your property is worth millions, then why would you manage it like a side hustle? That's the simple logic here. If your property is worth 100, 200, 500 million, then why would you risk managing it yourself when you could have a professional come in and advise you and actually do all these things, set up that system so that everything runs smoothly? And at the end of it all, trust me that it all comes back to you. All the rewards come back to you. You get your time back, you get your reports, and you have this one person that gets all these tenant calls that don't actually come to you. You only receive your rent at the end of the month, or you are brought in when a big decision needs to be made. Otherwise, I want to argue that for anyone that thinks that they are saving money by not having a property manager, you might actually be losing out on more value in the long run. And my simple advice for this video is to search out for a good property manager that is going to help you to set up that system, and then is going to help you to actually plan, to have your leases in check, to do the tenant screening. And at the end of it all, you're going to have a far better landlording experience than most other landlords out there. Everyone else will be saying and talking to you at the parties and telling you at the office that their renters are stressing them. Everyone will be trying to tell you how they are not doing well in their investments, but for your case, you will be thriving. So this is our Royalty Insights tip for today. I hope you liked it and that you will consider following us for more tips like this. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.